I did bend over first and then took my pants off.
Wow.
Right?
Of course you did. That's so fucking weird. What is going on right now is people who don't want to compete want to get things without competing. Not straight across the board.
Yeah.
I'm talking about white women. They
I almost shit my pants.
That's what I'm talking about. They don't want to compete. They want to whine their way into something.
Oh my God.
You give them a fucking award and they're still crying. My wife was watching the fucking Emmys. What are you got your own show and they gave you a little statue. You're still crying? What else can we do to make you happy? It's fucking unbelievable. People of color, I get. But I don't understand being a white woman in the United States. It's not as hard as them. It can't be. It can't be.
Dude, the Me Too movement has killed the blowjob. My wife will not suck my dick on her knees ever again. It never will happen.
Because your stomach is pushing down her fucking neck.
We discovered that there's
That's the weirdest story anybody's ever said on the podcast. That like made me uncomfortable.
From the beginning, too.
No, it's the serial killer like tone of his complete lack of emotion.
Thank you. Can I tell you
And
something?
then this happened.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? And I know Bill.
The only thing missing from that story is the sound of somebody gagged, screaming in the other room.
Right. Now I know that you.
Let me go.
Yeah. And I know that you suspect that my husband is a psycho. I've heard about
No, he
this.
is.
Yeah. No, I know. And I actually
completely
agree.
is.
Yeah. And I've been trying to prove
a
this
psycho.
on this show for a long
He's
time.
just like, you know, there's like Bud and there's Bud Light. There's like Psycho and Psycho Light. Like he's not the high calorie one that can't get married and have kids.
That's right.
Yes, but if his thoughts were a movie,
Yep.
yeah, definitely NC-17.
Yep. He's a functioning psychopath.
Yeah.
You know why? Because when I started dating him, Bill, and this is a true story, when I started dating Tom Segura back in 2005, there were red flags, little stuff. Like when we were, remember?
Little dead animals behind your apartment building?
Not that. But I remember, you know, in the beginning, you're all lovey-dovey, and he'd be like, I like you so much. I like you so much. I just want to gouge your eyes out. I want to squish your face and kill you and put a sledgehammer in your head. Like, remember that stuff, Tom? You're like, I love you so much. I just want to smash your goddamn head in. I'm being serious.
Yeah. No, somebody said that about my kid one time. Oh, my God, look at those feet. I just want to cut them off. And I was just like, yeah, fucking lunatics. Yeah, right there. You can't be with a person like that. So
Well, I am,
if you ever
unfortunately.
need a safe house, we got a guest room.
Well, I'm 2 kids deep now.
I think I used to say, like, I want to put your head through that dresser.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was like, as an expression of love.
Right.
Yeah.
And there were other things, too, like...
Because you don't like love and you hate that it makes you feel weak or something, that you want to violently take it out on her?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah. I mean, you know, it worked out.
It did, actually.
Were you frustrated that you knew you had no control over the love that you had for your wife? So
that's good,
then
Bill.
you were starting to feel trapped?
I think it was more of like,
like that.
I didn't know how to express how good I felt, you know? So
Yeah.
I thought,
No.
yeah.
No. He really just tried to play like dim-witted there.
Yeah.
No,
See, that's the problem.
you're
I fell
cold,
for it.
calculated.
Yeah.
You're everything you need to be to make in this business.
Yeah.
You just can't be
Yes.
creative and just be floating around like, oh, that tickles my artistic fantasy. You have to have a plan.
I've never been like one to go, are you sure about bending over? Like, I'm like, you know me. I jump in. If there's a party, I'll jump in. So I bend over, take my pants off, obviously, right? And
What did you do first?
oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting. I think I fucking
I
bent
just thought
over.
that was going to get a laugh.
No.
I thought it was a ridiculous question. Josh, you're going to break it. He just goes, oh, that's interesting.
No.
I
But
thought
that's
that was just gonna-
interesting. You know, because
I can't believe you're going to answer this.
a normal person would have taken the pants off first and then bent over.
yeah.
But what you just said was, I did bend over first and then took my pants off.
Wow.
Right?
Of course you did. That's so fucking weird. Oh, my God.
And I bent over, and there was that moment where the doctor goes, you know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
What are you doing? Right? And I go, I know how it works. This is the way I do it. Right? So I bent over. Then
I like it. You made it weird back.
yeah. I reversed it on
You
him.
took control of the weirdness. I like it. Now he's weirded out.
Right. And he goes,
What are you waiting for, big boy?
so he does, you hear a noise like something's coming out of a tube.
Oh, okay.
Right? So he has to put the lube on and whatnot. He has the glove on. And then he doesn't, he Pearl Harbors it. I mean, I know it's Kawashiri, but instead of,
What is Pearl Harbor? Was he?
well,
he told you he was
didn't
doing
fly
it.
around the island. He went, eh.
Yeah, but he told you he was doing it. It wasn't a sneak attack.
It was a
No, he said, "Hey, sit down next to me."
because I want a 3-2-1. Don't you want a 3-2-1 when it comes to your asshole? Someone yelling that out. 3, 2,
I'd rather rip the
1.
Band-Aid off.
No, not me. Don't you want that?
Well, they're supposed
I
to.
will be entering your asshole in
You-
3,
yes.
2.
So I can
They
clinch
usually-
or whatever my body does.
They usually say, gonna be a little cold because of the cold
He said
lube.
nothing.
You're gonna
I bent
feel a little
over.
pressure.
Feel
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
pressure.
Is a classic medical.
And I bent over, pulled the pants out, and then banzai is what I banzai. Then he goes, it's just my index finger, right?
Yeah.
I go, no, that was your thumb, bro. He thumbed it.
You're positive.
I don't have reverse, you know what I mean?
Sight.
Reverse sight.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have I don't know if there's cameras in the room, but I think he fucking thumbed it. It hurt. Or I might have a tight asshole.
Or he has short fingers.
I never thought of I never thought of the third fucking option.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have
Maybe he's
short
got
fingers.
little hands.
Maybe he's got little hands.
You probably gave him a complex. You came home all moody, and his girlfriend's like, "What's the matter? I don't want to talk about it. What's the matter? It happened again. What happened? Oh, I put my index finger in somebody's asshole, and they were convinced it was my thumb. You don't understand. It's a man thing, okay?
Yeah. Maybe. I might have fucked his day up.
He's 40. No. Now he's 40. But when those came out, he's mid-30s.
Oh yeah, with a
doing
daughter.
that crazy shit.
Oh, you mean putting a blindfold on, smoking a cigarette, and letting bulls
the rest of them were younger.
run him over?
Oh, those, yeah, oh my God.
The rest of them were way younger. So it's like, all right, couple crazy kids. Nah, man. John Knoxville's damn near 37.
All of those guys were fucking lunatics. Some of the shit that they did, even just little things they like. You ever remember that baby turtle? And the thing's open in his mouth, and that dude just stuck his nose in, and he's just like, yeah. Like, there's no fucking way.
Crazy shit.
Because you never know. Like, what if it just clips the end of your nose and just takes that off?
It's on.
Well,
Yeah.
what about? I said to Steve, I go, what scares you the most? He goes, I mean, anything with venomous snakes or big cats. Oh,
Did you? What was it? The
Yeah.
Wild Boys? Is that what it's called?
yeah, where he
Yeah, the Wild
they
Boys
dressed
with
up like
the-
fucking a zebra in a lion's cage.
But they had Homeboy the...
Yeah, and he said he told me one time they took headgear that you wear in boxing,
Yeah.
just sparring, and he wrapped that around his neck, and like they just was sort of running along.
not
I was
gonna
like,
save
you
you.
had to have somebody with a gun. You know, Steve was like, nah.
Right. They're
Just like you
crazy.
guys-
Well, they had a king cobra. They put the guy in a horse. I think it was a stable.
Who's the other kid?
Bam
I don't
Margera.
remember.
No, the other,
Bam-
on the wild
Chris Pontus.
Pontonus or something.
Pontius, yeah.
Pontus,
Pontius.
yeah.
Pontius.
Dude, he kissed a cobra on its head.
Yeah, man.
The thing was full fucking doing this thing and like looking at them, and he came up like behind the thing, and he kissed it on the head and then backed off into that whole.
Yeah,
He fucking runs away. I'm like, that is fucking insane.
Hey, kids, how bad do
cobra
you want
bite
to
to
get
the
famous?
face, you're gonna die. That's a bad situation.
Well,
Dude,
Steve-O's still doing crazy shit, and but back then he was on drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
Now he's sober, and he's taking the show on the road, still doing crazy shit.
Dude, he did-
sober.
That one, the other kid, Chris, he did one time. Like he wanted to get a snake tattoo. Everybody gets a tattoo of a snake. So he goes like, "That's I want to have a snake bite, and then get a tattoo of the bite." So there was like this fucking python laying there, and he just starts. I gotta act this out because you got the fucking camera. He just starts walking towards it like this, and the fucking thing strikes and like wasn't aiming for his arm and just did a glancing shot off his head, and he backed off. He's like, and he goes back in and just fed his arm to this fucking thing. It just goes, bam, grabs onto him, and then it's just around him, and it's just like these guys just pulling this fucking snake off him, and then while it was still bleeding, they just they did a tattoo of it.
Oh,
They're insane, man.
Yeah,
They're
it was nuts.
They're nuts.